I would absolutely hope that is
You're
the case,
in charge,
yes.
aren't you in
Yes.
charge?
I absolutely can assure you that it will
to
be...
offer to write to you the explanation of that because I don't have the details of that scheme.
Imminently, yeah, correct.
Okay, so another cop-out, but can I...
Yes, I know. It's crusty old Tory Sir Christopher Chope. But this is absolutely hilarious watching our Sir Christopher Chope giving Tory Minister Robbie Moore, the Parliamentary Under-Secretary for the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, the absolute runaround on the 15th of May in the Environmental Audit Committee.
Well, you touched on agriculture. I think Chris Chope has got some comments on agriculture.
Thank you, Chair. Minister, the DEFRA announced in January that it was designating catchment areas where wastewater works must be updated. And in the policy paper accompanying that announcement, there was a commitment to complete a limited exemption process by the 1st of April this year. That didn't happen. It hasn't happened. I raised it at a meeting with you. You recently wrote to me, I think on the 9th of May, saying an announcement was imminent. Why has the announcement still not been made?
Well, I'll bring David in as my official, but I want to reassure you, as I hope I have done at previous meetings that we've had, is that we are working at speed to try and make sure that those announcements can get made at the earliest opportunity. David?
Just to add that we are moving as fast as we can to finalise that list. We have designated all the sites, so now it's a question of finalising the list, given that some companies did ask for exemptions, and that will be in a few weeks. Chair, could I just pick up on your point about the event duration monitors? Because I don't know what you've been told, because I wasn't in the room.
You can read the transcript.
I will. I look forward to it. There are some alternative facts put around the reliability of the monitors, but the fact is that 86.5% of monitors operated for more than 90% of the time last year. So the vast majority of monitors are operating properly and all the time.
Well, this was a specific allegation in relation to analysis of information provided by one of the water companies, which suggested that only 55%, I think it was the figure over the period that was being considered, were actually operable. So I think you'll need to look at that before you seek to contradict it. Back to Chris.
Mr. Hallam's answer to my question is most unsatisfactory, because the Minister has just written to me saying the announcement is imminent. You've referred to several weeks before the announcement. The commitment was originally for the 1st of April. I was told then by officials that the reason it couldn't be announced before the 2nd of May was because of purdah around the local elections. The local elections are behind us, and now we're being told that there's yet more delay coming down. Do you not realise that the impact of this delay is having upon all those people who are concerned about investment in wastewater treatment plants?
Yeah, and so, Christopher, I want to reassure you and the rest of the committee that there were challenges, as unfortunately is the case when local elections are taking place and mayoral elections, that the purdah period kicks in. I want to reassure you that, and the rest of the committee, that there will be a work being done at speed to make sure that announcement is imminent, and we will ensure that I, in my ministerial role, working with my officials, will make sure that that is absolutely the case.
So will it be before the Whitsun recess?
Well, as I say...
well, surely anything after the Whitsun recess is not going to be imminent.
No.
And it wouldn't have been imminent on the 9th of May either, would it?
No. And what, again, just coming back, I want to reassure you and the rest of the committee that we are working at speed to make sure that announcement can be made imminently.
So will it be before?
I would absolutely hope that is
You're
the case,
in charge,
yes.
Aren't you in
Yes.
charge?
I absolutely can assure you that it will be made imminently, that announcement. And if Whitsun recess is waiting far too long, imminently is the answer.
And can I ask you specifically about the River Avon? Because one of the consequences of the attempt to try and mitigate phosphates in the river is that you can buy phosphate credits. But phosphate credits vary in price significantly, depending upon the location in that particular river catchment. And for technical reasons, people who want to buy phosphate credits in my constituency in Christchurch have to pay 8 times as much for those phosphate credits as if they are up the river at, say, Fordingbridge, further up the river. Why is that? How is that tolerable? And how does it fit in with the government's policy?
Well, what we are absolutely keen to explore is where there are challenges within different river catchments, within the same river catchment, those challenges are being presented, and the price of the units are changing within that specific area. We want to make sure that there is consistency across the approach in the way that policy is rolled out and being applied to the market.
Why are some phosphate credits more expensive than others? Surely we're talking about the need to reduce phosphorus, and why should some phosphorus be more expensive than other bits?
Well, again, I will let David come in if he wants to comment, but there will be external market conditions that relate to whether the environmental benefit that is attached and associated with certain credits that are encompassed within the catchment environment. But certainly from a policy point of view, we want to make sure that there is consistency that is rolled out within each catchment area where this applies.
Do you want to say something more about
I'm
this?
going to say to offer to write to you with an explanation of that because I don't have the details of that scheme.
Okay, so another cop-out, but can I just...
Sorry for laughing, but nothing gives me more pleasure than watching a Tory getting the runaround. Getting their backsides handed to them. It's just priceless. And what made it even better for me? It was that jumped up little upstart Robbie Moore. Hopefully Keithley will see sense and boot him out on the 4th of July. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below and I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.